Davis was the last quarterback from year to year that the Ticats have had as a bona fide starter. They think Porter can be that next guy.
Well, he is suffering from some of those things that young quarterbacks have happened to them, and that's that inconsistency that has plagued Michael Bishop in many ways. Think about it. Quentin Porter's first start against the BC Lions, 10 sacks thrown to the Lions. His next start has a breakthrough game. Next start,
Holding.
bit of an ugly one.
Hamilton, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Well, and you know, Rod, you compare him, that's a holding against the Ticats, so to put him in first and long. But you compared that to Michael Bishop, which is interesting because Michael Bishop's going through that in year 7 of his CFL career. This is Quentin Porter is a rookie out there.
So far, so good today for the Cats and Porter. There's the rush. Rodriguez now looking for a block and some running room. And still on his feet, but only a few positive yards. First and long.
What a veteran play by Eddie Davis, the halfback on this play, Rod, because he's patient with it and he doesn't panic at the point of attack. First of all, Quentin Porter makes a nice read to see the blitz and gets it out of there. Now watch Eddie Davis be patient. He's going to step up and be patient here rather than just take his shot and go right for the tackle quickly. He's patient, waits for his friends, and they've got him for limited gain.
So 2nd and 20 now. And a few times that Porter may go vertical here now. Hangs in over the middle again. But short of the first down, Scott Mitchell.
Number 89, Scott Mitchell.
That seems to be the outlet for Quentin Porter when he's in trouble, to look over the middle and finding a guy like Scott Mitchell.
3rd down.
Well, Mitchell, by the time that play was extended and the protection up front was good for Quentin Porter, that then now Eddie Davis has got to drop Mitchell and go to his zone coverage, and he's dropping it basically to the linebackers and Maurice Lloyd. Maurice Lloyd sees it a little bit late and reacts, but Hamilton will still be short after that first penalty, the holding call, by about 5 yards.
Busiest guy for the Ticats today, the guy kicking it away again, Nick Seta. His 8th punt of the afternoon, under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Johnson's been busy too. And there was a late penalty flag. It's been a long time since the Hamilton Tiger Cats have beaten the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Not only here, just beaten them, period.
No yard. Hamilton, number 40. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Cats have lost 9 straight regular season games dating back to 2003. TSN, also the home of the NFL. Sunday Night Football continues tonight. Seahawks and the Buccaneers, and Monday Night Football, Broncos and the Patriots. Coverage beginning at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific.
Matt Hasselbeck's out of that game for Seattle.
And off right side, Cates. Again, returning to the lineup like Matt Dominguez, as Rough Riders search for some continuity before the postseason.
You know, there were times this year when Wes Cates was healthy that you thought that he had an S on his chest the way he played. I mean, a couple of times he was approaching 200-yard games by himself when you add the rushing yards and the receiving yards, and it will take him a game or two to get back into the swing of things. He's trying to get through this injury, and it doesn't just happen in one snap.
Well, false start there.
It's always interesting to see the defensive and offensive lines on these kind of plays start pointing immediately after. No, you know, it wasn't me, it was him. It was him, it was me. No, it was him. Then January was doing a lot of pointing. Terrence Patrick pointing back.
Procedure. Saskatchewan, number 69. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
I really don't think the pointing influences the officials.
Sometimes the players like to think it is that way. There's Glenn January.
A different look for Glenn.
Yeah,
January.
very different look. I wonder if that helmet fits.
They had to put more air in it.
Second down and 9. Giles. Shotgun. Time this time. Sidearm toss to Getzlaff again, short of the first down. Reason we talk about that, because usually through the years we've known Glen January to have quite a bit of foliage.
Yeah, that's, you know, if your hair's not happy, you're not. That's happy hair.
That's happy. 18 inches of hair. He hasn't, I don't think he's taken scissors to it in like a decade, and he shaved his head the last few days, and this all part of breast cancer research and raising money. Mike Abu-Meshrik also involved. A few of the riders shave their heads, helping raise money for a very important cause.
Yeah,
so
great
good
cause,
to them.
and good job, Glen January, Mike Abu-Meshrik. Nice job by those guys.
Borum. Great kick. Walker accelerating now around the right side. Shakes one tackle, but is caught up at the 30-yard line. Still a 1-point game. Cats leading 12-11. Available TSN high definition.
Well, it's great.
Getzlaff.
It's great to do a game with you again, my old
Yes.
partner, Rod, and my partner most of the time. Chris is calling that Flames games with Ray Ferraro.
Is he?
So
there you go.
he's doing that hockey crossover thing right now a little bit as well.
Well, these fans here, whether they're not wearing some sort of wig or helmet or melon or whatever that is, skulls. I'll tell you what, they do it all here, and game day is unlike anything else in the Canadian Football League.
How long did it take to put that baby together?
Halloween has come early,
And what's that? Is
well,
that a tube of a beverage
I'm
coming
sure.
around the corner there?
well, yeah, you got to do it intravenously after a while.
Gotta stay warm somehow.
Young and old, they love their riders here. 6 minutes to go. Cats with their ears pinned back here. Trey Smith, not only the running back today for the Cats, but also the roommate of Quinton Porter. So these guys know each other well.
For the Hamilton Tiger Cats, 3 or 4 first downs right here. If they win the game, I would call that the turning point. They're into the win with 5:30 left. They get 3 or 4 more first downs and keep it away, keep the Riders out of that field goal range. They got a chance with the win at their back in the 4th.
Low pattern, hot potato out there for Scott Mitchell. Lance Fraser in on the coverage.
And they're not going to get those 3 or 4 first downs against this Rider defense that starting to turn it up a notch.
Well, the major scores have come in this direction with the wind today as we take a look again at the toss by Porter.
That's why I was talking about time of possession and the field position, because the Riders have been bottled up in this 3rd quarter with the wind at their back for basically the entire 3rd quarter. Now they're going to get real good field position and be almost in field goal position the moment they catch this football.
Now Seta again has a great leg. Best punter right now in the Canadian Football League, averaging 47.4 per kick. On his goal line, however, and he will give up 2 points. Kind of wandering around, and well, he's eating some valuable seconds on the clock, and so maybe a smart move here, a field position maneuver by Marcel Belfait.
Okay, this is, I'll tell you something, this will be the last time I bring it up.
Okay, go ahead.
But it has been a bit of a mission of mine this year to discuss a possible rule change in the
You don't like the
football.
safeties, huh?
Well, I don't like that the strategy is almost out of it now. I mean, Marcel Belfait just gave up the lead. Now, I know he's into the wind, and into the wind, you're not going to get a very good kick. The Saskatchewan Roughriders get it at field goal range anyway. But, and I say this is a big but, I've seen this happen in the Dome, game in, game out. I've seen this happen without wind, or wind's at the back of the kicker, where they're standing on the goal line, standing inside the 1 yard inside the goal line, and they're automatically giving up safeties. The way I'd like to see the rule changed is if you give up a safety, you've got to kick off from the 20 or at best the 25.
That's a good point, because yeah, we have seen an inordinate amount of it over the last few years, where almost on every occasion they take the knee or run out of the end zone, and you are absolutely shocked when they kick it away. The reverse used to be true.
Yeah, it really should be. And you know, most of the coaches and players that I've talked to agree, not all, but most agree, that it could be changed for the better. Because now you kick off from the 35, so yes, you get that field position, but it should be more of a penalty. The defense just bottled them up down there. Anyway, that'll be the last time.
Well, you know, for today.
Yeah,
but, you know, I think it's a good crusade. I'm with you on that one. Oh, a line drive kick that gets past Johnson, and he slips and goes backwards. What a kick by Seta against the wind.
And what
the Riders with their first lead of the ball game, by the way.
And what a great decision to give up a safety.
Isn't that an amazing thing that happens? Great strategy.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm kidding.
You
but
knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, but you know what? That's just misplayed there by James Johnson, and it looked like a communication issue between him and Marshall. And one of the guys, it's usually the guy on the right side, is the guy who calls it. It's either you or me, and they had a communication error, and the ball got between them.
Riders with their first lead, a 1-point advantage now because of that safety. Stephen Giles goes deep. Downfield, Getzlaf has it. What a throw by Giles. That was a missile.
Stephen Giles goes on the full roll here because he has to buy himself enough time to have this pattern work. Chris Getzlaf down, out, and up. It's called the wheel route, or a double move. You go down, you break to the sideline, and then turn it up. And it fools Lawrence Gordon, who took a peek back in the backfield when Chris Getzlaf first made that first cut to the out pattern. And then when he turns it up, he's too late. He has to just run him down and save a touchdown.
Again, a guy who was drafted by Hamilton, not play very much with the Ticats on the practice roster. 55-yard catch and run for Getzlaf. And one of those many players the Riders have had to use practically duct tape in their lineup this year. DJ Flick goes down, Andy Fantuz goes down, Matt Dominguez down, Darius Bowman down. All of these receivers, and a guy like Getzlaf gets a big chance to play. And today he's getting a bit of a last laugh on the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Yeah, and they say that some of those injured receivers will be back. We've seen Matt Dominguez used sparingly today. He started the football game, but Andy Fantuz is very close. DJ Flick getting close.
Cates, Wes Cates, room now. Straight arm knocked out at the 13-yard line.